Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the House of European Football here in Nyon, Switzerland for the UEFA Champions League Round of 16 draw. The group stage of this illustrious competition certainly did not disappoint, delivering 6 exhilarating match days across Europe that kept us on the edge of our seats with breathtaking action and drama until the very end. Congratulations to the 16 clubs who managed to navigate their way to this draw. The 8 group winners and 8 group runners-up still harbour hopes of reaching the final on June 1st at the iconic Wembley Stadium in London. Let's now take a closer look at the teams still in contention. We are on the road to London. Some amazing action there from the group stage, and what an exciting round of 16 we have in store, no doubt about it. I would now like to invite on stage the man who will oversee the draw proceedings, the UEFA Deputy General Secretary, Giorgio Marchetti. Welcome, Giorgio.
Thank you, Pedro. Good afternoon to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to Nyon and congratulations to the 16 clubs who have qualified to this stage of the UEFA Champions League. Last week, we dropped the curtain on the group stage that for 25 years gave us a lifetime of memories and the range of emotions only this great competition can provide. The closing acts of this final chapter did not disappoint, with almost 300 goals scored, including Champions League goal number 10,000, and qualification confirmed only at the final whistle for several clubs. It was a game of roulette in Groups A and F for the final qualification spots, with multiple teams in contention, but in the end, Copenhagen and Paris Saint-Germain were awarded the golden tickets. Group H also had a dramatic finish, with the Porto and Shakhtar level on points, the Portuguese side ultimately advancing after an exciting 5-3 win over the Ukrainians. Joining these 3 clubs is a diverse mix of contenders sure to put on a show, including Bayern Munich, who have extended their competition record of successive unbeaten matches in the Champions League group stage to 40. Impressive. The open and inclusive European model, purely based on domestic qualification, does not spare emotions and excitement. Stadiums packed with enthusiastic fans everywhere confirm that the UEFA Champions League is always at the meeting point of wild football passions. And as we bid farewell to the groups that made this competition an astounding success, the new format promises to offer fans even more unpredictability. This year's final will be held at legendary Wembley, and to help us with today's draw is arguably one of England's greatest players and a London native who knows a lot about the UEFA Champions League.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the former Chelsea and England captain, John Terry. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic to see you here. Great that you're going to help us to today's draw. Look, I have to ask you a few questions because you have such tremendous history in the UEFA Champions League. Going back to the group stages, of course, as Giorgio mentioned, we're going to see the end of the current format. What matches or moments do you remember from the group stage that stand out?
I think for me personally, playing against Barcelona in 2004-05, in my generation, I feel Barcelona was the best team that I've ever faced and had some of the best players in the world. So playing against those players and testing yourself, which was very difficult at times, was great memories. And on that occasion, we managed to win. So kind of leaves a good memory in the brain.
You mentioned some of the players that you came up against. As a central defender, a lot of times you had to face, obviously, the main goal threat from the other team. What were some of the toughest guys you had to come up against?
Well, I think two of the guys in that team was obviously Lionel Messi and Ronaldinho for me. Two very different. Messi was my side of the pitch, unfortunately, for me. But again, I think at the end of your career, you kind of look back at those moments and testing yourself and playing against the best players is something that you're very proud of. I didn't come out on top very often, but when you do, it's very pleasing. But just a privilege to play alongside those guys. Speaking about the current edition of the competition, who has stood out? Who has impressed you so far in the group stage? I think team-wise, I think you have to look at Real Madrid for me. I think they've been fantastic, probably for the last 7 or 8 years in the competition, and are always there. I think Bellingham's been incredible as an individual. They obviously have a fantastic manager. I worked alongside Carlo for many years at Chelsea. He's a great man manager, so the players love him, great tactically, and I think they'll go a long way. Let's see, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Giorgio Marchetti. We're right about to start, but before we do, I'd like to invite on stage as well Tobias Hedstuck, head of club competitions and calendar, who'll go through the technical procedure of the draw. Toby, welcome.
Thank you, Pedro, and of course, good afternoon, everyone, as well, from my side. Allow me to directly explain to you the technical procedure for today's draw. Every group winner will be drawn against a runner-up of a different group and from a different association. The group winners are seeded and play the second leg at home, whereas the runners-up will play the first leg at home. Each of the 8 pairings will be determined by drawing one of the runners-up first and then one of the eligible group winners. The 8 balls containing the names of the runners-up are already placed all in one bowl over there. The balls containing the names of their potential opponents are picked from the 8 different group winners' pots just here in front of me. After drawing each runner-up, the computer will indicate which group winners can be drawn, bearing in mind that teams from the same country and teams from the same group cannot play against each other. The relevant balls will be then placed into the other empty bowl over there, and there will be one ball drawn and to form a pairing with the runners-up already drawn first. Should we have only one team eligible to be drawn against a particular runner-up, there will be no draw and the 2 teams will be paired directly. This procedure is then repeated for all the remaining pairings of the round of 16. After the draw, And in accordance with the competition regulations, the UEFA administration will determine the calendar that will be announced today at 18 hours at the latest. Now you have all the information you need, so let me hand the floor to Giorgio as we are ready to proceed with the draw.
Yes, we are ready to proceed with the draw, and to extend the suspense of this moment, let's go 1 second through the names, the 16 fabulous names that will populate this round of 16. We start with the group winners, where we find FC Bayern München, Arsenal FC, Real Madrid CF, Real Sociedad de Fútbol, Club Atlético de Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City, and FC Barcelona. The group runners-up are FC Copenhagen, PSV Eindhoven, SSC Napoli, FC Inter Milano, SS Lazio, Paris Saint-Germain, RB Leipzig, and FC Porto. So these are the 16 teams. Everything is ready. I'm now giving John Terry one of the hardest jobs of his career. He confessed to me that he was less emotional on the field than here, but it will be fine. We go. Everybody wants to know. And here, let's give shape to the knockout phase of this UEFA Champions League 2023-2024. First name drawn.
FC Porto.
This is FC Porto, winners of 1987 and 2004. They can play all the opponents except one, FC Barcelona, because they were placed in the same group, in the group stage. So Porto, which is the most recent winner from Portugal of this trophy, and they can pride themselves of having the oldest goal scorer of the competition with Pepe, which extended twice this record, setting it finally at 40 years and 290 days.
Arsenal.
And Porto will play against Arsenal FC, the finalists in 2006-2007. So you can go ahead, John, for the second, starting the second pairing. Arsenal won the trio matches, scoring 12 goals and conceding 0.
Napoli.
Now it is Napoli, the quarter-finalists of last season. Best result in their history. They can play all the remaining clubs except Real Madrid. So in this case, the two clubs were together. So 6 possible opponents for Napoli, who scored 10 goals in group phase, all goals scored by a different player. So Napoli against
FC Barcelona.
Napoli versus the 5-time winners of Barcelona, 23rd appearance in the UEFA Champions League knockout stage. We are ready to see the next pairing, John. After Porto Arsenal and Napoli Barcelona.
Paris Saint-Germain.
And now the French champions, Paris Saint-Germain, finalists in 2020. For Paris Saint-Germain, we must exclude Borussia Dortmund, who played in the same group. It is the 12th successive season that Paris Saint-Germain appear in the UEFA Champions League knockout phase. Let's see who will have to face Paris Saint-Germain in round of 16.
Real Sociedad.
Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Sociedad de Fútbol, which is back at this stage after 2004. You can draw the next team, please, John. And Real Sociedad, very strong defensively. They conceded only 2 goals in group phase, the least of all the teams in the Champions League group phase.
Inter Milan.
Now it's Internazionale Milano, the finalists of last year. For Inter, we have 5 options. All options are possible. They completed the group stage without a defeat for the second time in their history after 2004-2005. and they increase unbeaten actually in the last 8 home matches. So the opponents of Internazionale are
Atletico Madrid.
It's Atletico de Madrid, 3 times finalist, Atletico de Madrid, 9 times in the knockout phase in the last 11 seasons. 17 goals scored in group stage, not bad, mainly thanks to their 2 joint top scorers, Alvaro Morata and Antoine Griezmann.
PSV Eindhoven.
And now we move to the Netherlands with PSV Eindhoven, winners of 1988. We have 3 options possible for PSV Eindhoven. It's Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City.
Borussia Dortmund.
And it is Borussia Dortmund facing PSV Eindhoven. Borussia won the trophy in 1997. We have 3 pairings to go again.
Lazio.
And this is now Lazio, quarterfinalists in 2000. Lazio. Lazio, we can draw with Lazio only 1 club, and that is Bayern München. So Lazio has to face the 6-time winners of Bayern. This means that we have only 2 pairings to complete. John, please. Let's go with the first one.
FC Copenhagen.
And now it's FC Copenhagen back to this stage after 2011. For Copenhagen, we have only 1 option possible. This is the title holders of Manchester City, so Copenhagen facing the winners of last year's final. And we are left with 1. John, you show us the final name for the final pairing. First, the group runners-up, of course.
RB Leipzig.
And this is RB Leipzig, semi-finalists in 2020. And for Leipzig, obviously, we don't have a draw because this is the last pairing. Leipzig will face Real Madrid. This completes the lineup and completes the round of 16 draw.
And what a lineup it is. Well done, gentlemen. Let's have a look at the result of today's draw, running through all the matches. Porto taking on Arsenal, Napoli facing Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain playing Real Sociedad. Internazionale Milano will be facing Atletico de Madrid, PSV Eindhoven taking on Borussia Dortmund. It is Lazio against Bayern Munich, Copenhagen versus Manchester City, and RB Leipzig facing Real Madrid. The first legs of the round of 16 will be scheduled for the 13th and 14th and 20th and 21st of February, and the return legs are then on the 5th and 6th, and then 12th and 13th of March. So you can mark your calendars now. That is all from all of us here at the House of European Football in Nyon. We're really looking forward to the world's greatest club competition resuming in the new year. From John, Giorgio, Toby and myself, it's goodbye, take care, all the best, best wishes.